Hello everyone, I'm Kathy Powers, Superintendent with the Twinsburg City School District. Welcome to Twinsburg Schools Today. Well, we're into the spring of the 2017-18 school year, and we are so excited about the successes that our students have accomplished during this great year. And today is going to be a wonderful show because I'll be showcasing three outstanding students, three winners in their respective categories. And to begin today, we're going to be talking to students who found great success in the art department at Twinsburg High School. Joining me today are Mrs. Sharon Masenko, our art educator and department chair. Welcome.
Thank you.
And Lucas Fisher, a senior at the high school.
Nice to be here.
Thank you. And also Alex Holmes, another senior from Twinsburg High School.
Yes, thank you.
Well, I was so delighted that Mrs. Masenko agreed to invite the two of you to be a part of our show today because we have some great successes to share with our audience. And Mrs. Masenko, as the art department chair and the person that gets to work closest to these wonderful students, I'm sure you're delighted to be here as well.
Oh, I am. Anytime that my students excel in my classrooms, I'm just always just love their, oh my gosh. I just love how they excel in my class and get to be a part of something that they've never had a chance to do before.
Right. So in the case of students in the art department, I know every year there are contests that the students get to submit pieces of artwork. How do you go about introducing, say, the Expressions art program or the Scholastic art program, the Governor's Show?
Okay. Well, first of all, the Expressions program that we do at the very beginning of the year, I have all my classes take part in that. So we have each class, Art 2, Art 3, Mr. Lundy in the Art 1 department also gets his students involved with that. And we introduce the Expressions program through different media, videos, through information that is given to us from the Cleveland Clinic. And they have researchers that do this research in the summertime. And then from there, we take the research and we visualize it through art.
So the students who are doing the research are actually students who are interested in potentially having a health services career.
Correct.
And they work closely with the doctors from Cleveland Clinic to conduct research in their internship. And then the following school year is when you're introducing our art students to that research.
That's correct.
And so you have found great success, Mrs. Masenko, as the art educator in connecting our art students to the research from the Cleveland Clinic.
Right. I've been doing this for 8 years. And we have really had a lot of success in that with the students, and I feel that they get a lot of things out of it, just with art and also integrating the science end into it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we talk about 21st century skills and the collaboration that has to happen between students, between departments, and really for the benefit of our students as they move on to successful adulthoods.
Right, with the problem-solving skills that are needed in any kind of career, no matter whether they go into art or science or anything. Those problem-solving skills are very important to our students at Twinsburg.
So, Lucas, you've had great success with the Expressions program, not just this year, but last year as well. Can you talk to our audience a little bit about what got you interested in participating in the Expressions program?
Participating in the Expressions program has been very interesting to me. Starting off my sophomore year, I thought it was a great way to bring health and science together into one creative bunch. And so, however, my sophomore year, I did not win anything. But come my junior year, I was able to get an honorable mention with my winning project. It was supposed to demonstrate ECT, which is a form that fights depression. And so it's basically saying that ECT isn't so depressing.
Soda-pressing.
Thus a play on words. Yes.
That's a great play on words. Now, how did you pick the research that you wanted to ultimately create the sculpture from?
Honestly, I had no idea that I would be doing a sculpture when I found the research. I saw a research based on depression, and I thought it would be an interesting thing to do. a lot of people suffer from it, so it would be a great thing to like get the word out.
Sure. So you took the research by the student and then created this wonderful play on words that was ultimately a winner in the Expressions program. So that was last year, and then this year you have additional success.
Yes, this year I have the this project, and it is supposed to demonstrate that there is no correlation between hand hygiene and bloodstream health. And the fact is, there is no correlation between the two.
Now that's interesting in itself because we've all been taught to wash our hands.
Yes, exactly. So my project title, Why Are You Not Washing Your Hands, is demonstrating that, because there is a cut in the wire, which shows no correlation, but I mean, the hand is still gripped around the soap bottle, which shows an interest in washing hands.
Now you have a wonderful photograph of your project, your winning project. It won a blue ribbon
Yes.
in the contest. That's fantastic. But you couldn't bring your sculpture here today. Can you tell our audience where it is?
Our project is currently in Cleveland Clinic, or the World Center.
Center for Health Innovations.
Yes, it is currently there at the moment, being on display.
That's fantastic. So the Cleveland Clinic does a great job of highlighting artistically talented young folks like you, Lucas, and this particular sculpture is on display in a glass enclosed case. It's just so wonderfully displayed, and it really is a mark to your talent to have it in that facility as an award-winning piece.
Yes, I feel very honored that I was able to be picked twice in 2 years. That doesn't really happen that often.
No, that's fantastic. That just tells everybody how talented you are as far as an artist. But also, I think the twist to your work is the play on words that you infuse into whatever ultimate creation you develop.
Indeed.
Yeah. So in addition to the artwork currently being on display, I know it's memorialized also in a print publication.
Yes, I have it right here. It is. It has its own page, and it's published.
That's fantastic. So the Cleveland Clinic, through the work of the Expressions program, will take the students' artwork and publish it, and these books are then distributed to any Cleveland Clinic facility, not only in Cleveland but throughout the world.
Yes, it is.
My goodness, that is huge. It's just to think that you have 2 award-winning pieces and that now you're a published artist.
Yes, and I'm not even graduated high school yet. It's just, it's been a wild ride.
Now, do you intend to go into studying art when you graduate and go on to college?
Currently, I am going on to studying engineering at Ohio State University.
Well, I would imagine that's an easy way to connect by your artwork, right? And
Yes,
to analyze and make connections.
It like combines science and creativity in both of those aspects.
So you're going to be a Buckeye then?
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, congratulations for all of this. I think this is super exciting.
Indeed.
And then, so we have the Art Expressions program, and we have a hugely successful student from your class. And just last week, we learned about another successful student.
Yes, Alex Holmes entered Scholastics. That's another program that we get involved with our students. And she received a gold key for that work that she had. She then just found out that she is a national gold medalist, will be seen in New York City at Carnegie Hall. This is going to be in June, first part of June.
So the Scholastic Art Awards program is a really important competition for high school students then.
Correct.
And this is a phenomenal year. Oh my gosh, 2 wonderful artists sitting right here. But to have a student who wins a gold medal in the Scholastic competition is truly significant in the caliber of student. Is that not correct?
Yes. It's the top 1% in the nation. So that's really even worldwide, because the students from other countries are also involved with the competition.
Wonderful. So Alex Holmes is our senior from Twinsburg High School, and I know you're just so excited about this wonderful award that you are going to receive in New York in June. Can you share your winning piece with everybody?
Yes.
And sort of explain a little bit. It's an editorial cartoon, correct?
Yes. It's titled Plastic Politician, and it's an editorial cartoon about how politicians sort of fall into the same types of patterns. It's almost as though they're manufactured and fake, like plastic. The idea came from a prompt that I got from a university application, actually.
No kidding.
Yeah, at the Rhode Island School of Design, every year they have 3 different prompts. One of them this year was plastic, and I didn't want to just do a still life of a bunch of plastic objects. That seemed a little cliche. So I just took it really far and ran with it and made it my own.
So can you describe, because you really have to see this up close and spend some time reading each of the panels. So it's a series, then 3 panels. And if you can explain to our audience a little bit about what each of those panels is showing.
So I really just go through the process of manufacturing, like a fictional process of manufacturing a politician, starting with taking like an average person, cleaning him up, making him digestible for the public, as we see today. Like politicians are a very homogenous group, a lot of white males, and then they all sort of seem to say the same thing. So I've got them here with like a programmable brain, so that the constituency can manipulate their thoughts on things. And then you've got the classic politician suit over here, slogans and stuff, and then on the box over here, he's sort of like a doll, sort of like a Ken doll. And then we've got his whole like life story written down. You know, politicians often claim that they came from a working class background. Like, oh, when I was a kid, I worked like a factory job, and maybe they only did it for a summer, but they still worked it. So they're gonna claim that to relate to their audience.
Well, that is it's so creative, and so with the times that we are living in, correct? My goodness. So
a lot of people feel disenfranchised by politicians because they can't relate to them. And like, I feel as though a lot of politicians think they're doing such a great job relating to the public, when sometimes it seems so fake, it seems so plastic. So
just like Lucas had a play on words, I suppose the same is here with your art piece too.
Thank you.
Now, what is that? Is it pencil, or what did you use to actually create your
I did
art
this
piece?
in pen and marker.
Well, the detail is amazing.
Thank you.
I mean, you really have to pay attention and take some time to read each little sign and to take a look at each of the details on that.
I really wanted to take the form of a political cartoon further than just a simple black and white newspaper print. So that's why I went for the whole 3-panel full color illustration, even though it took a long time. It was about a month in the works. So.
I would imagine it would take a while. So now the art piece is going to be framed and sent to Carnegie Hall.
Yes.
And you'll be receiving your gold medal at Carnegie Hall in June.
Yes, I will.
Oh my goodness, that is fantastic.
I know.
And then Alex, so what is your next? So Lucas is going to become a Buckeye here within the next couple of months. What will you be doing?
I'm not exactly sure which school I'm going to, but I plan to go to art school, and I'm going to major in illustration.
Well, you got a winner right there.
Thank you.
Well, I'm just so delighted that you've joined us today for the show, and so proud of both of you for your creativity and your inspiration, because I know that our younger students are watching what the high school seniors do, and who knows who will be sitting in the chair next year, but I think I'm super proud of just the work that is on display here and your continued interest in being the best that you can be. I wish you both success as you head off to college.
Thank
or
you.
art school. Yes, and Mrs. Masenko, your leadership in the department continues to just make me at awe. Every year we celebrate, as we did last year with Lucas. He's back again this year.
Yes, he is.
And Alex this year too. And I just look forward to seeing what other creativity inspired students we have at Twinsburg High School.
We'll work on that.
I'm quite sure. Well, when we return on the second segment of our show, we're going to celebrate one of Ohio's very best athletes in the team sport and the individual sport of bowling. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Twinsburg Schools Today. Today we are celebrating with some outstanding seniors from Twinsburg High School, and as you saw in our first segment, we were celebrating students from our art department. Well, now it's time to celebrate a state champion. I'd like to welcome Tiana Elder. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
And Tiana, you have just won the state champion bowling for Division I in the OHSA contest.
Yes.
Super exciting.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. And her coach, Coach Anthony Bird, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well, Coach Bird, this has got to be the top. When you have one of your athletes earn an individual gold medal in any sport, how does this make you feel?
Well, I'm extremely proud of that athlete. I'm extremely proud of Tiana for accomplishing this goal. It was a pleasure to be a part of the process of her getting to this point and finishing her high school career as a state champion.
Oh my goodness, just imagine to have a state champion sitting right next to us. That's so phenomenal. And Coach Bird, this is not the first year that you've been coaching our bowling team.
Yeah, this is my 6th year.
And this year you coached both boys and girls, the team and the individual events.
Yes, that's correct.
So you've been pretty busy this winter sports season.
Very busy.
Yes.
Between the tournaments and coaching both teams, boys and girls, and then which includes the JV teams as well.
Goodness gracious. And we bowl out of the Roseland Lanes.
Roseland Lanes, yes.
Right. So, Tiana, I know that when you won your gold medal, there was actually a series of 3 games that you bowled. Can you just talk our viewers a little bit through those 3 games and how that went and what you were feeling during that day?
So, well, when I first started out, I was kind of nervous, but then I just had to remember the talk that me and Coach Bird had the night before.
And what was that?
About me forgetting about my past years of being here, because I told him every year I've been there, I've been nervous, and I always throw bad balls and stuff. And so I just remembered that, and I was listening to my music and getting calm and everything, getting out of my head, and I was just like, just have fun.
So that's the benefit of a wonderful coach that was leading the charge here.
Yeah.
Quite an inspiration for you.
Yes, he was.
So you, the tournament wasn't in the Cleveland area. Where did you have to travel to bowl this championship game?
To Columbus.
Okay, so that just about 2 or 3 weeks ago then you traveled to Columbus with Coach Bird and your family in tow, and so you had to bowl a series of 3. Mm-hmm. And I understand not only are you a gold medal first place winner in Division I girls bowling, but I understand there were some records that were broken across Ohio. What was that about?
I reached the 729 series, and I was up there with some of the top girls that have also reached that, and 730 is the record highest.
Goodness gracious, that is fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow. So talk to our audience a little bit about, what made you interested in bowling and how many years have you bowled?
What made me interested in bowling is there was this program that Roseland has. It's called Kids Bowl Free, and my grandmother, we started to do it, and I was throwing so many gutter balls, and I was getting so frustrated, so I decided to get determined to actually work towards it, and they gave me my first free ball with the program, and then I added all my other balls to it, and I found my a personal coach, too, to help me out during the summer to get better, and that's how I made the varsity team, all because of my grandmother and my personal coach, so helping me out to make the varsity team my freshman year.
So it's all about inspiring. Somebody inspired you to do this next thing, and here you are as a state champion.
Yes.
And this time it was your grandmother that kind of connected you to bowling as a sport. Goodness. So, Coach Bird, I know that at Twinsburg High School, Tiana is a part of a pretty successful bowling team, both boys and girls. And in recent years, have we been at the state tournament?
We've had on the girls side, the girls teams have been pretty successful. Ty, your sophomore year, went with the team to the state tournament, and then last year we graduated a lot of talent last year on the girls side. So Tiana again went as an individual her junior year, and then this year. On the boys team, that team when I took over as the head coach was rebuilding year, so we had some growing pains, and the team has been worked very hard and has placed well in tournaments this year. has competed against some of the top teams. We've teams that in our suburban league that are top teams that make it to the state level competition. We've actually beat this year, so it was good to see the boys team take that next step as they continue to grow and develop. Expecting big things out of them. The girls team, as we say goodbye to Ty and some of our seniors that are graduating this year, will be in the rebuilding process. So that next group of girls developing and they have some big shoes to fill as these seniors graduate.
Now, and I know you had one of our boys also go down to the tournament, Caleb East.
Caleb East. He's a junior. This was his second time at the state tournament. His freshman year, he was a student for Solon School District his freshman year, and then last year he moved into the district, and then this year returned to the state tournament. He placed 16th. The top 15 get recognized, but still from his freshman year, where I think he placed about 48th in the state of Ohio, to jumping up to 16th, is a great accomplishment.
Absolutely. Do we have many student athletes that are on the bowling team in general?
On the boys team, we hold usually the past 3 years has been it's a max roster on each side on varsity and JV, so we hold 16. There's been 16 boys each of the past 3 years, so it's been growing. On the girls' side, the numbers are down a little bit just because it's been so competitive, and we had 10 girls this year. So
that's nice. So I guess the program is probably going to get infused with more energy because we have a state champion here.
Yes.
That's fantastic. So Ty, I know that you talked a little bit before we came out on the air that your intention is to bowl in college. Have you made a decision as to what university or college you'll be attending?
No, I haven't made a decision yet, but I know what I'm going to study though.
What will that be?
Engineering, technology, and architectural design.
My goodness. Boy, we have a super athlete here who's also going to have a bright future in any of those fields too.
Thank you.
My goodness. So what is your next, Coach Bird, as far as building the team? You said that the boys are pretty strong and then the girls have to rebuild beginning next year because our seniors are all graduating.
It starts now that we're in the off season. We have our Winter Awards banquet tomorrow night, which will be our final big get-together as this 2017-2018 bowling team. And that's both boys and girls. We'll have a fun night. We'll celebrate those that are leaving and graduating and everything, and then it's on to next season. I know a lot of the athletes play different sports, so they'll do their spring sport. I'll try to maintain contact about getting in summer practices and open bowls. I'll inform them of any tournaments or things that are running during the summertime, so they at least get to pick up a bowling ball. They just don't throw it in the closet until we start up again in October. So, and then in the lunchrooms, in the halls, trying to recruit some more talent, going up to the bowling alley on Saturday, and because they usually have a summer league that runs, and seeing who's bowling and making sure they stay interested and energized, so when they get to high school as a freshman that they decide to come out for the bowling team.
It's a little bit more complicated because we don't have a bowling team at the middle school.
Correct.
So there's not a farm team getting ready to transition over to the high school.
So usually, I think back to when Ty was in 8th grade bowling and we were coaching the varsity and JV teams and looking down at the other end of the alley, who is that bowling? And going down and talking with her personal coach she had at that time, and finding out who she was she in the district, and like, oh, she's got some talent. Can't wait to finally finding out that she did live in the district. Can't wait to get her up here at this level and competing. So it presents its challenges, but
sure. But it's all about making those connections again.
Yes.
So if we have parents who are at home watching the show and they have a child who has an interest in being part of the Twinsburg High School bowling team, they should contact you at the high school.
Yes, either myself, or if they don't have a student in the high school, say they're at RBC, Roseland Lane is our home alley. They have plenty of programs for youth. Saturdays, so I think they have a couple weekdays programs right after school that they could be involved with, and then also you can contact me and I can get you information, or if you're looking for a personal coach, that type of stuff. So.
Great. Well, and I know one last thing here. When you came back to the school district on the Monday after your wonderful championship win, we celebrated a little bit in the school district. Do you want to tell our viewers a little bit about what happened?
The parade. I went around each school and I walked around and I felt so warm. I mean, I'm not attention craving, and attention isn't really for me, but I thought it was really thoughtful and really nice. And I thought the little kids, what they did for me, I thought that was really cute and that was very warming.
I saw they had pins set up.
Yes.
And you had a bowl at Wilcox?
Yes. I thought that was so cute. I really thought everything was very thoughtful. So.
Well, you know, when you're a state champion, you're a state champion for yourself, but you're a state champion for the Twinsburg City School District, and that is huge, and it was so fun just to celebrate for you. Too bad the weather wasn't great for an outside parade, but we made it work on the inside parade, going to each of the buildings, and the band was there, and the cheerleaders, and of course Twinnie, our mascot, too. It's really great to be able to celebrate. Congratulations, Ty, and I wish you all the best as you go on to college and to bigger and better things, perhaps.
Thank you.
And Coach Bird, thanks for being an inspiration to our athletes. This is what happens when we have a wonderful coach that really takes our student athletes under their wing and pushes them to the next great level.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, that's it for our show for today. I hope you were as excited as I was to celebrate some outstanding students from Twinsburg High School. It's spring with lots of activities going on. Please take a look at our district website for the most up-to-date information about school activities and events. And we hope to see you soon at one of the many events here in the Twinsburg City School District. Have a great day.